Alright, let's see what we got here.
Take easy.
Alright. So this morning, I'm just taking this out to fuel it up because it's been sitting for a little while with only a quarter tank in it, and I don't really like that because diesel really suck up some water if you're not careful. So I like keeping the air gap as low as possible in the tank. And I have been remiss, but also is something that I need to do to this thing that I haven't yet. God, I hate this road. Related to the maintenance schedule. You can see it's got about 17,000 miles on it now, which is not a whole heck of a lot considering it's coming up on 2 years old. But with the exception of what I'm driving now, I don't drive it. My Ford's been running good, so I don't really worry about it. But the last thing that I need to do is grease the front U-joints of the drive shaft. And that takes a special little adapter for a grease gun that I procured for a few dollars from Amazon a while back. And if I can find it, we should be in good shape today. So we're gonna run down to the fuel station, top her up, and then get back. Alright, so 25.1 gallons later, she is packed to the gills. Funny thing about these, when that fuel shuts off automatically, only in 2 years that I've had it one time where it wasn't full. But when it does, there is not much room left in that tank. It's like my old Ford, when that thing shuts off, you can squeeze 2.25 more gallons into that tank. This thing, no. You will not put $1 in it. So 50 cents, maybe. And then you're drooling diesel on the ground. It always amazes me that this thing here actually fills pretty darn efficiently. And that's even at the small stations like that, or at the big, big diesel pumps in the back of truck stops. I mean, when it's full, it's full. There's no real reason to top it off. You might be able to round up to the nearest buck, but if it's more than about 75 cents, you're going to be probably spilling it. Pardon this unmitigated disaster. I'm working on this thing, trying to get the transmission and everything back into it, and I am just making a disaster out of it. But anyway, so the thing you need for supposedly greasing the front drive shaft on this thing is this, which is a needle grease gun. I don't know if you can see, it's got the little tiny hole in there. But first thing you got to do is get it on in place of your standard grease zerk. And let's see. That just unscrews. And that screws back on it. Probably should be a little snugger. There. Let's see what we got. Well, isn't that cute? So, supposedly, that's what you need to do this. So now that we have the thing on, the needle, let's take a walk, see what kind of a mess we can make. Alright, so if you come at from the rear joint with the two universals in it, you come at it from the driver's side outboard, you can spin it around and maybe just see this thing in there, and that is where you got to grease. It's a thing of beauty. So what you do is you take your needle, as far as I understand, and you stick it in there and you pump it up. What's interesting about this is you're not actually greasing the U-joints. The universal joints are sealed. What you're greasing is this kind of CV joint they got here. I guess this cardan joint. You're greasing the center of that. So, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get footage of this, but I'm going to try to do something. See what we can do. Huh. Well, I see grease coming out, so I have probably over-greased it. But that actually worked. I'm surprised. You can hear it kind of click just a little bit after a few of my expletives. And grease went in, but it didn't come out over there. It actually came out over here. So, that does work. But that's not it's not terribly difficult, but it's certainly annoying. If you had a lift, obviously this would be a little easier because you could get at it. But so that's how you grease the cardan joint. And now the other thing it says, I noticed at the 15,000 mile interval, is you're supposed to grease the outer tie rod ends. So I'm going to go swap the tips back around and take care of that, and then we'll be done for the day. So we're up onto the front and looking at this. Certainly this does not have anything that's serviceable. Lovely weld job. This does not have anything that's serviceable. Ow. And neither is this, or this. So, I have no idea what they want you to grease up here. Anyway, it doesn't appear that there's anything serviceable on the front of this truck. At least not in the manner that they state in the maintenance manual. So, well, if I missed something, or you guys know where these front tie rod and grease points are, let me know in the comments. In any case, hope you all have a good day.